All Crews Moskva, unique upgrade, and RPF on a Moskva. That's an interesting choice. Let's look at the remaining cruisers. Another Moskva. This is man with an RX-7. Again, unique upgrade. He's going top grade gunner, though. And then over here, headed towards the far western flank, this is Holsch's San Martin, RPF, and radar, and all the shenanigans that come with a San Martin. Double battleship. This is Black Ribbon's Bungo. We saw Black Ribbon have some amazing work last weekend in his Vermont.
Yes,
but
we
here
did.
Here in a Bungo here to start game one. And Danny loves his Ruggiero de Loria all the way back here, headed over towards the sea flank. Gonna have some early action here around the BCAT. Did you get back in?
I'm back in. So on the south, we've got Lulu and the Gdansk about to run into Coups Marceau. And Cobra's Gdansk as well. So he's doing the smoke and radar trick. Just built for your typical gun and range. We got the Sheep's Shimakaze, pretty much the same idea, full torpedo spec heading towards the decap with John the Ruthless's Ragnar behind in tow. And Lucar's Marseille, who's already using main battery reload booster to try to get as much damage in on these early spots as possible. Gang Barang smoking himself up in the unique upgrade Venezia, doing the same thing. I like that play. Get the shots in, but also make sure you don't take damage in return. That's right, that was Cobra getting some big hits there. I think that was Gang Barang's Sap Salvo. Deepest Dungeon is in a unique upgrade Yamato. I don't think I've seen a Yamato the entire duration of this tournament so far.
Don't think.
Wow.
Yeah, I agree.
We got 4 amazing and a Moskva unique upgrade. And note the slot 5, instead of concealment module, going for the extra consumable duration. So that the radar lasts even longer, the heal lasts even longer, DCP, you get the idea, and Hydro. That's kind of neat. We got McDastard's Big Something in the Ohio. Typical build for Ohio. And then finally, Malamu all the way on the one line in a San Martin.
Well, Zath, the early action of the BCAP not leaving both teams a fairly scathed, let us say. The initial Marceau versus Gdansk contact cost each ship about 6,000 or 8,000 hit points, but it's the salvos on Cobra's Gdansk that were super impactful there. Definitely a massive SAP hit there out of Gang Barang's Venezia. And right now, we watched Danny Loves his Ruggiero de Loria dunking 4 Amazing's Moskva for about 10, 12K right through his deck armor with that big old SAP.
Yeah, according to my damage meter, it was actually the Marseille that got the big hit there. That was Lucar with 11K on the Gdansk.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, Coop's back into B. They're fishing for him. The Gdansk radar is available. That's Lulu, excuse me. But his radar not ticking right now. He's probably going to pop it as he comes around the island here. Let's see what he does. He's trying to get his bow turrets around. Still no radar. They're fishing blindly for Coop and getting some blind resets on him. I'm curious as to why they're away. There's the radar. Hard lid on the surface. Both Gdansks now easily spotting each other. Coop's going to pay a heavy price for this. He's going to be caught and take some more damage here.
Yeah,
Gdansk, of course, not having a heal.
What you're seeing here is very typical of competitive play, especially on this map. You see a lot of players they don't want to give up the B cap, so they play this game of I'm going to back in, I get radared, I run away, and I'm back in, get radared, run away, and ultimately you don't get anything out of it. Well,
and Coop's basically lost enough HP, he can't pull this trick again. They can't risk the ship anymore unless they for sure want to lose it. Lulu's position here on the south tip of this kind of triangular island on the eastern side of the BCAP, this is a brilliantly strong position to put a Gdansk in.
Yeah, he can just move forward out of danger if he needs to, and you can see right now he's farming Man with an RX-7's Moskva without even being spotted. So yeah, absolutely. Coop needs to find a way to do that to 4 Amazing's Moskva, but I don't think he can.
I don't think he can. I love how we're playing the giant San Martin reversing game over at A.
Oh, yeah.
But have a look at Sheep's Shimakaze, Zath. Look how deep they have shoved this guy. Cowboy in big trouble here over on the 9 line.
Yeah, we got the Ragnar and Shimakaze combo working their way up, and that's going to possibly be first blood for Rain.
It should be.
Yep,
Cowboy should go out right there, and he does. Pairing Jean the Ruthless's Ragnar with a smoke destroyer in Sheep Shimakaze pays big dividends over here. Rain able to penetrate very far north up the 10 line.
Yeah, the Ragnar Shimakaze combo is very nice for just mobility. I kind of like how they did that instead of the traditional Death Snail. And again, we didn't even talk about the banned ships, so.
No, we didn't get a chance to talk about them. I've flashed the graphic a couple of times just so folks can see it.
Yeah.
Holsch's San Martin taking a big salvo over in the ACAP, Dastert's Ohio, keeping him honest. And
Bungo spoke as well.
Bungo spoke as well. So both San Martins getting slapped around over here in the ACAP, but it's Holst who is putting pressure on the cap itself. The Moskva radar from Formazing keeping him lit right now, but when that expires in another 15 seconds, he'll have the opportunity to get back into this cap circle. Right now, he's just trying to troll. I'm surprised he's turning.
I love Black Ribbon's Bungo salvos. If you look, he's doing them one at a time. And boy, did he hit because of that. He's waiting to see how is Malamu going to try to dodge.
Ohio salvo coming in on Holsch, but nothing doing. Able to take some full pins, but nothing more catastrophic.
This salvo might end Malamu. He's 110 seconds from a heal. We just went dark. Oh, those were so close. Wow.
Watching Black Ribbon play Battleship might be one of my most favorite things to do these last couple of days of King of the Seas at.
Oh, it's very fun.
Malamu now trying to use the border here to his advantage. Does take a full pin. No, that was an overpin. Still lit as Cobra's Gdansk continues to chase him south under pressure from Black Ribbon's Bungo.
I like that play. They know they got to get this San Martin out. Oh,
they're trying
almost again.
Another overpin. Malamu absolutely trying to maximize his border riding here as Cobra's opens up with his main battery. I'm a little dubious of this play, Zath. They get him.
Yeah.
Now Cobra has to find a way to make sure he doesn't die.
He'll be fine.
It'll buff right out.
That's a very important kill for VRTUS. It allows them to grab the A cap as well.
That is a big deal. The B cap remains uncontested. Rain has a tremendous amount of force over here on the right-hand side of the map. Very easy to see all of their ships pressuring the C cap. It's a 6-on-4 over there.
I'm very curious.
Go ahead.
I'm very curious to see how VRTUS is going to respond to this.
Well, VRTUS is slowly losing the attrition war, Zath. They're upside down right now, about 80,000 HP, and they're continuing to fall. We got Venezia SAP falling on All-Crew's deck. He actually bounced some of that, shockingly. But they have chosen him. He's 100% the pick target over here. John's Ragnar doing the spotting as the other destroyers are getting these shots for free.
Yeah, Rain's got a really nice position here. Keep in mind that VRTUS is ticking up 2 caps to 1, but that doesn't matter once they start losing ships.
Nope, and All-Crew's gonna go out here shortly. He's trying to survive to his next heal, but it's not gonna happen.
Nope.
So Rain back to a 1-ship lead here as we approach the halfway mark of the game. Now with the A-cap done, Zath, it's going to allow VRTUS to redeploy some assets, and they're already well en route.
Yeah, that's the hard part about this map is you typically swing wide for the flanks, and then now when one flank, you got to get everybody back, and that takes a while. In which case, you're telling your team on the other side, just hold on, don't die.
Yep.
Do your best. We believe in you.
The Moskva gone. The C cap is wide open. No problem for Rain to get in there and pick that up shortly. No vision. Not able to force vision over here on any of these destroyers. Go ahead.
I was very curious about Deepest Dungeon's Yamato, and so far he's done 56,000 damage to the Loria, and 21,000 to VRTUS's, that's Mammoth and Arc 7's Moskva. So very impactful.
Black Ribbon's Bungo steaming through the A-cap. I'm wondering, that's a big piece, Zath. I'm wondering what they're going to do with him.
I think they want to get him behind the Ohio, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're going to bring him around the south side of Thunderdome and threaten these ships from astern. I think that has to be the play here. VRTUS well aware they're going to lose C. Once the Moskva goes down, they have no way to stop it. Light Beams Napoli taking some big Ohio hits right there. Danny loves his Loria, looks to be the next pick target between the Marseille and John's Ragnar over here harassing him as he runs for the map border as well.
Yeah, they absolutely want them off. But what's interesting, though, is Danilovs continues to slap Lucar's Marseille. Lucar is going to force to stop and go dark and heal for a little bit. Play it safe. Gangrang just got smacked a bit, too.
Yeah, Napoli had an AP salvo go out and reach out and touch the Gangbarangs Venezia. The health gap has now increased all the way out to about 100K. They know exactly where Holsch's San Martin is as the Yamato gets some shells into him right there. Dunks him a little bit. Stern turret's inbound. Overpens.
Cobra is taken now on radar. And Black Ribbon as well. There goes the Loria. We knew that was coming. Oh, what is Coop doing?
Caught on radar now. Coop was coming. I'm not sure where he was going, but he's caught on Moskva radar now. Gdansk torpedoes coming in astern of the Moskva and the Ohio. That's a pretty good salvo. He does land about 4 or 5 of those.
That's a very good salvo.
Good damage. Not catastrophic damage, but useful damage. Now
Curious.
Coop's just open watering here.
He might as well. He's on radar anyway. Curious what they're trying to do with Holsch's San Martin, because I feel like he's a little bit too far exposed right now.
He definitely was. The Yamato made him pay for it for sure.
Well, here comes the next Yamato salvo.
Well, I was going to say, is RX-7 now takes an AP salvo, I think, from the Marseille. He's trying to give back as well. The Bungo now making his move. Here comes Black Ribbon.
Yeah, we gotta follow these shells.
Dastard knowing exactly where to put those shells, getting good overpins through the bow as the Bungo speaks.
Oh, very nice shot.
40,000 point salvo. They're sandwiching these guys at the same time. Here comes Holsch's move. The Yamato denies it. The Yamato just says, no, those are my teammates, sir.
Nope, you ain't getting that.
Are you not entertained, ladies and gentlemen?
Wow, Rain was ready for that play.
Formazing's Moskva now in a bit of a pickle here. Gotta probably try to duck into Thunderdome to preserve his ship as he gets clapped right through the stern. Really good Gdansk torpedoes coming in on Black Ribbon, but he is Japanese battleship, so not catastrophic damage there.
And it's Gdansk torpedoes. The big problem though is, okay, so once this is done, Black Ribbon's dead. I mean, there's really nothing else that can be done about this.
He's 100% going out here.
And I don't even know if he can kill Formazing in time. Let's see.
Whoa! I bet he can.
Well, you see, there's this thing called the Yamato, which just took him down.
Goodness gracious. So
it's a bloodbath, but I'll tell you what, that's a decisive one.
That's a decisive one for Rain, right? VRTUS is, I mean, VRTUS, we're 80 seconds here from a Rain win. VRTUS upside down 3 ships in the cap. They're not getting back into this game.
No.
But I say, because Man for the RX-7 is going to go down, just went down. They might get Lucar in this smoke. He's on 37 HP in there.
You have to believe that's going to happen, yeah.
You have to believe they're going to pick him up, and there he is. But at the end of the day, this is going to end up being Rain's game. But goodness gracious, VRTUS with a big play there. Moving the Bungo up and putting tons of pressure on those guys.
Oh yeah, they made Rain work for this win.
It's cliche to say at this point, right? But obviously the early kill on Cowboy here, way up in D9, the big play of the match, right? Because from there, the whole thing just starts to spiral out of control a little bit for VRTUS. They do win the ACAP, they win the entire western flank, but in the end, it's not enough here in game 1.
That's right, that's right. Well, go back to the... Hey, I got in this time.
Hey-oh. All right, Zath. We're on north. Take us in. Talk to us.
All right, so Rain up on the north end looking for a game 2 victory is bringing his Z52, the sheep, with Lutyen. It's good to see. John the Ruthless is in a...
42, sir. Z42.
Yeah, did I say 52?
You said 52.
Oh, sorry. 42. We got John Luthless and a Marsu with a unique captain. That would be Abanyu. Gangbrang in his Ragnar with Jersey Mike. Malamu in a San Martin. Lucar in a Marseille. with Outnumbered. Not too much special to do with that. We've got Lulu in a Moskva with one of the special captains, as well as unique upgrade. Formazing is once again in Moskva. We've got Dastards Big in a Libertad. Ooh, with Lisboa as captain. And then finally, we've got Deepest Dungeon in a Bungo this time, trading as Yamato for a Bungo. That's kind of cool.
Okay.
Tell us
Japanese
about the
battleships
South.
for everybody. VRTUS down a game here in this best of 5. Coming to the dance with a triple destroyer lineup of their own. Let's start on their left-hand flank here. This is Cowboys Grozovoy. Fairly standard build there. Grozovoy, a very nice jack of all trades. Lot of utility out of her consumable suite. That's why you take one of these boats. Very, 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 very Swiss Army knife. Whiskey Leaks is Daring, making revolutions up towards the sea cap. Daring, of course, nothing terribly fancy, but that heal makes her a little harder to kill. Backed up by Holsch's Svea, using Outnumbered and RPF. That 3-ship element constitutes the entire western flank of the VRTUS deployment here. Hanging near mid, we're going to have Man with an RX-7's Moskva headed up towards this island in G7. Just behind him, backing him up, Danny Loves' Sabir. We were just talking about Sabir.
Yeah.
Russian, this is basically a secondary style Kremlin, as I recall.
Mm-hmm.
And then a 4-ship element headed over toward the E-cap on the 910 line. This is Cobra's Marceau, speedy boosting his way out there. Backed up by Coop's Salem. That would be top grade gunner and conceal and gun reload. Lights Howden Liu. Unique upgrade on the Howden Liu with, wow, it's a lot of utility out of that right-hand column there in that particular build. The bottom skill intrigues me a little bit, but we'll talk about that later. And then fielding a double Sabir lineup. Black Ribbon in a Sabir now, getting away from some of the other battleships that we have seen him play thus far in the event.
All right.
So it's kind of a 3-2-4 split here for VRTUS, an early Moskva radar, picking up the Marceau inside the decap.
Yeah, he's going to traditional Moskva Island. So,
Kind of
yes?
I was going to say kind of a 2-3-2 split for the way VRTUS has gone for an early deployment. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so Sabir, remember, it is like a Soviet Kremlin, a secondary Kremlin. However, it does have 100 seconds of heal only, and you turn it on and you turn it off. So, somewhat problematic in terms of the survivability side of it. Now, you charge up a funny button with getting main battery hits, I think it's secondary hits. And the funny button allows for a super tight grouping of shells, which is why a lot of Super Unicum players love Sabir, especially in randoms and ranked battles.
Okay.
I don't know that it's so great and competitive.
Just saw Deepest Bungo drop about 10k through the Man with an RX-7 deck. He just did it again.
Mm-hmm.
As RX moving up, trying to duck out of that position. Lights Howden Liu bombs going in, searching for John. They might land some, but it's not going to be in time to prevent the decap.
Nope.
Oh, they do get a reset on Gang over at Azaf. That's a little surprising.
Well, I mean, Gang opening up, so sure. I like this Vea pick, by the way, more so than the San Martin for VRTUS. I just feel like this Vea is, you get the smoke, you get the torps, you get the guns, and you get the radar, right? You get all things necessary for the kite side, but without no fancy, stupid charge 'em up button that you have to do first.
Man with this RX-7's Moskva moving up closer to the decap here, allowing his teammates to punch Lulu's Moskva in the nose. His sonar's up, pushing John off the cap. And RX-7 now going to sit in D, and immediately a response from VRTUS. But now, Man with an RX-7 going to come under some fire here as Dastards Libertad secondaries have got him locked up.
Yeah, I think Black Ribbon is already kind of in trouble. He hasn't started his heal yet. He's got Adrenaline Rush, so he probably figures I can hold for a little bit longer.
New bombs coming in on Lulu's Moskva. Danny's Sabir also getting farmed out here. John's Marceau just getting shots for free.
And that's the real story of the game so far. If you look at the hit point bars, I mean, look at Red just losing hit points. Granted, a lot of it is healable, but still, compare that to Rain.
Yeah.
They're just not losing hit points.
VRTUS absolutely getting out-traded here in the early goings of Game 2, just losing tons of HP, and they don't really have the board position to justify it. You know, you and I talk commonly in World of Warships, you trade health for board position, but it doesn't feel like the health that VRTUS has traded has gotten them very much.
All it's gotten them so far is the B cap, part of D cap until they keep getting reset, and the same thing for E cap.
Just a contested D cap right now is all they're really getting out of it. They are finally grabbing E here as Sheep has reoriented and decided, nope, we out. It's only a 15-point lead here. 6 minutes gone for Rain and VRTUS. That's going to start to whittle away now as VRTUS picks up the E cap.
Yeah, Sheep backing off now. Probably the smart thing to do, because with so many forces at the E cap, they can just let him sit. Okay, sure, have your cap. We'll just kill the rest of your boats.
Yeah, no, I think it absolutely is, Zaf, because you know one of the things that Rain, I'll just say many of the EU teams in general do. They're very good about knowing when to cut and run, right? They're typically very reluctant to risk a ship for capture zones. And we're seeing that here. We've seen it before. We're going to see it again over the course of the day, over the course of the rest of the tournament. And usually, it's usually the right play, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
All right, a Moskva radar going up. A little info. They can see John in the gap here in the channel, threatening C. As for Mazing's, Moskva has moved up. They have pushed RX-7 back off the D cap. He's no longer holding those points back.
I'm looking over at A right now at Gangbarang getting into a little bit of a tuffle with the Svea and Grozovoy, but coming out the victor of this engagement.
I love how aggressive that Holsch and Cowboy are being on this flank, Saf. This is essentially a 2v2. And the issue is in doubt, right?
Yes.
to use some historical phrasing here.
Oh, absolutely it is. And they did a nice job of pushing Gangbarang out. I think VRTUS realizing that they can't allow Rain to either redeploy forces or just hold the cap. They have to push on all sides here.
Cowboy coming under some radar over here as well. He was inside Malamu's radar envelope. Malamu hoping to catch him still in the smoke, but Cowboy was already bailing out to the south.
That's right. That's right. He knows exactly what to expect. Here come torpedoes on Gangbarang. He'll dodge those. So now the question is, all right, if you're Holsch, who do you shoot at? And it looks like they're shooting at Malamu, and I kind of feel like they're better off shooting at Gangbarang.
I would agree. Cowboy getting very low now.
Does go dark. Never mind.
Oh, the San Martin does bag him.
Huge kill for Rain.
Not paying off here. Big kill for Rain. They needed that. That really takes some of the pressure. It's going to make their lives a lot easier at A. If you're Holsch, you basically now just have to back off to the B cap and hope to play defense. VRTUS now upside down 150,000 HP here in Game 2. They're only one ship down, Zath, but I don't think they have the health to push Rain off of these caps.
That is exactly the problem. They've lost so much. I mean, look at Danielov's, right? He's out of heals at 22,000. He's in a secondary battleship, and he's pretty much the farthest back. Same thing with the other Sabir, right? Black Ribbon, same deal. He's healthier, but still, it just kind of feels bad to see a secondary battleship in the back of the battle. I mean, what are we playing, ranked here?
You talked about, I wasn't able to be here for some of the early tournaments, right? You talked about the impact that Sabir had in the early goings of the event. But I think as we get deeper, a lot of these other teams have correctly identified Sabir's weakness, and that is her longevity. Yeah, it's a Kremlin. It's hard to necessarily, push damage into that hull, but eventually the heal runs out. You just keep hitting it, and eventually the heal runs out.
Yeah. I mean, Daniel Loves is currently burning. He's out. Nope.
Yeah.
All right, fire's expired.
They've got it. They've got him locked up on Four Mazing's Hydro now. I don't think anybody's actually got shots on him.
I love looking at Dastards
here in a minute.
Yeah, his Libertad just sitting there vomiting secondaries all over Marathon RX-7. There's nothing he can do.
He's been doing that to RX-7 almost the entire game. This is one of the best uses of Libertad we've seen in the event yet. Ordinarily, the teams that have fielded Libertad have never really felt like they kind of knew what to do with the thing.
Well, it's very similar to a Schlieffen where it's too easy to get overextended, focused down, and killed. But Dastard's in a position right now where, hey, nobody's really focusing him. It doesn't matter. He could just sit there and park.
Yep. Well, man with an RX-7 trying to power through his fire with a heal. He's down to his last heal. Black
2 minutes
Ribbon
to
left
go
to contest the ECAP, but you can't imagine this is going to hold up very long. I'm sure the Bungo is flipping his turrets to look for this shot. Yeah, Deepest is trying to get this shot on the Sabir. He wants it.
There goes the Svea on the other side.
Holsh's Svea. Kind of all over but the crying here. VRTUS just absolutely getting overrun here.
Yep, there's the Hydro on the Sheep Z42 from Coop. Black Ribbon with some hits. Not enough. 17 seconds to go. Never mind.
Yep. Yep. They pushed Formazing around through the B cap. They flanked RX-7, who held like a champ on that in that gap along the D cap for so long, but not able to hold forever. And it's a flawless victory here for Rain in game 2.
An official Wargaming blowout, as Puddin likes to call it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, game 3 inbound here. VRTUS with their backs to the wall. This is their tournament. So this is their tournament, right? This is it. Either they win,
don't get scared now.
They can stay in the game, they can stay in the hunt, or they are losing and going home with a pat on the back.
And that's it, because
a pat on the back. You mean congratulations, you made the top 16. Well done. See you next year.
You woke up early for this and got nothing.
You woke up early. You stole fizzy lifting drinks. All right, let's have a look at lineups here as we spawn into Hotspot. In green on the north spawn, this is VRTUS, North America's 3 seed. Backs to the wall, as we were saying, bringing Cobra's Daring. Cowboy back in his Groza voice, same as last game. Whiskey Leaks now in a Summers with RPF and Torpedo Reload. A 4 cruiser lineup for VRTUS. We're looking at Coop's Napoli, a full secondary build. All Cruise Napoli, basically the same sort of thing. Man with an RX-7's Moskva. He's had one of my heroes of game 2, and an unfortunate losing battle there for VRTUS. And then, double Moskva. Okay, Light Beams Moskva over here, also running unique upgrade and top grade gunner. Double battleships going for Sabir here. Black Ribbon sticking with Sabir. He had a little more success keeping his in the game than Danny did last time. So Danny's like, oh, you're going to farm me out? Fine. We'll go British. And here he is in his Conqueror. To the south, Saf, talk to me about Rain.
Yeah, Rain looking to 3-0 sweep this and get a nice break before having to play again. They've got Gangbrang's Marceau and John Luthus's Ragnar. Interestingly enough, they're not even caring about the C cap Raptor. They're just going to looking like they're going to go straight to the B cap here.
C cap is a trap, Saf.
That's right, your typical build. We got Formazing's Mosfa with the unique upgrade. Following them, Malamu as well in Marseille. Now, he's a little bit aggressively positioned here. I'm a little bit concerned a little bit farther forward in a Marseille. Deepest Dungeon doing a more cautious advance behind the island, but Rain definitely swinging hard for the 1-2 line. On the other side, we've got another hard push from McDastard's Big in the Ohio. We got Lulu's unique upgrade, Mosfa, Lucar's Svea now this time, and Gato's Marceau. So basically, the reason I'm bringing up the hard push is typically we see teams leave 1, maybe 2 assets over on this corner. They're putting 4.
Well, I like, as I sit here and watch Rain's deployment, right? They've simply gone for a straight 5-4 split.
Yep.
That just ignores the middle of the map completely. There, like you said, they're looking at the C cap. They don't care. You want it, it's yours. You can have it. And what I like about it, Zaf, is it enables them to A, pick up D, pick up B, start ticking up positive points, judge the opposing deployment. Maybe they want to push up the 2 line. Maybe they don't. But if they own the flank, Saf, and this is a very common theme as we see through throughout all the years of competitive boats we've cast. If you own the map edges, sooner or later, the stuff in the middle becomes yours too.
Right. And you can see like Dastards Ohio stopping short of going all the way in. He wants to have shots for the middle for anything that gets spotted. We got some contact already over on the decap as Cobra was taken's daring is detected.
Yep. He sussed out Gato's Marceau briefly, which caused the Moskva's radar to come up from Lulu, and they want to push him back off this cap and get whatever damage they can get right now.
Big hits there on Cobra. Wow.
Yep. Yep. Cobra's going to need those heals. And Cobra's going to be in a bit of a pickle, too, because the Conqueror versus the Moskva could be a very lopsided engagement for the Moskva. Conqueror easily capable of burning that guy out. But the problem is, for Cobra to spot him, look how far south he would have to come. He would have to come all the way down to probably like E10 to get eyes on Lulu for his Conqueror buddy back there. And that's an extreme risk that I don't think he can afford to take.
So that's the second time I've seen Rain play a Moskva very cautiously positioned, right? It goes to the traditional spot, but farther back than normal.
Well, you know, Moskva's a known quantity. People know how to kill these things, right? They've been around forever. So it's not that, I won't say it's not that impossible. How do I want to say this? It's not that surprising to me, right? That you take extra caution with one.
How about we take a moment and appreciate Gangbrang's position in the Marceau. Look how far north he is on the one line.
Yeah. Doing some really, really good spotting work over here. They got good shots on Lightbeam's broadside Moskva, right? I don't think Lightbeam was expecting those salvos, but Gangbrang all the way in E1, able to spot for his team and have an impact. Well, with the early cap advantage they held, Rain out to about a 90-point lead here in Game 3. That's where we sit right now as the shots begin to be traded here. Shells begin to fall. Both teams ticking up 2 caps, so we're going to hold here for a spell until something changes or people start dying.
And dying they shall. Look at Black Ribbon Sabir now moving forward. I think they might try to smoke him south with the Napoli, with Coop's Napoli. That'd be kind of fun to watch.
It would be entertaining to watch, to put it lightly. They seem to be trying to focus out Lightbeam's Moskva.
Sure.
Gang in an open water gunfight with a I mean, he's radared, so you might as well, but you don't generally see a destroyer willingly take a gunfight with a Moskva. But here we are.
Well, that's Gang. I mean, he excels at long-range destroyer gameplay.
Yep. He's very, very good at dodging these shells. You're seeing plenty of that going on right now. Lightbeam already under 25,000 HP and falling, double fires. Marseille AP falling in for another 8K. Trying to find some cover so that he can just chill to his next heal. But now he's locked up on Formazing Sonar. Now they're going to be able to farm him for free.
That's right.
If they can get shells over the island. We'll see.
Marseille did.
Deepest dungeons. Boongo definitely a pick target. How you called it, Zath. They're shoving the Sabir and the Napoli in. They know how soft this Boongo is. Oh no.
I do like the aggressive play here.
I do too. My chat was pointing out last game, it's like you took a Sabir and then never pushed with it. What are you doing?
Yeah,
and
that's
so
what I said. It's like a ranked battle.
This time, VRTUS not making this mistake as the Sabir closing in, trying to knock out this Rain battleship. They're going to get Lightbeam here. It's only a matter of time.
Oh, yeah.
He's next. He just burned through a heal, so he'll be dead in moments. Coop taking a big hit there from the Boongo.
I kind of feel like we need to see the Grozovite Napoli on the one line pushing with, but they're just basically hanging back and saying, all right, well, see ya.
Dungeon's on a double fire. He should burn out here in a moment. There goes the Moskva, but there goes Deepest Dungeon as Coop does manage to survive. Big kill for VRTUS here. Both teams trading kills early. Still a 90-point gap. 8 minutes gone.
John the Ruthless just sitting there open watering in his Ragnar. He doesn't care.
Nah, what are they going to do to him?
Coop stuck on that Hydro.
So now, Zath, we talked about the amount of pressure that Rain brought to the 1-2 line, but with the Boongo gone and the Sabir in the position it's in, it feels like VRTUS might be the one able to apply pressure over here along the 1-2 line.
The big problem for VRTUS is how do you take advantage of this, right? The biggest threat they're going to have is the Marceau torpedoes for the Sabir. And unfortunately, Coop isn't able to properly escort because he's lost an awful lot of hit points.
Yeah, they have chunked him.
It's one thing to get yourself up there, but it's another thing to be able to take advantage of that once you push through. Just like in the old Civil War, you know, you penetrate the enemy lines, but you don't have enough reinforcements to make anything happen. And that's, I think, what's happening to VRTUS.
Yeah, you can't really open the gap. You've breached the lines, but you can't exploit it.
Right. Now, he's going to move forward here. He's going to try to make something happen. He's already being peppered by John the Ruthless's Ragnar. And, of course, we've got Malamu's Marseille looking for shots, too. Gangbang is the key, right? Gangbang is just going to shadow the Sabir. And he got spotted for a moment. He doesn't care. But he's going to shadow the Sabir and make sure the Sabir can't push south. If he does, then he'll just punish him with torpedoes.
Formazing burning a radar. Not sure they actually are trying to get shells on Coop so much as they are just want a little bit of info. Formazing falling under. Go ahead.
They want to know what's happening on the one line. They know there's a Grozavoy and a Napoli over there. What's going on with them?
Yep. Cowboy and all crew just mercilessly trying to farm out Formazing. The Moskva in the middle of the board that's bound with an RX-7 has been trying to get AP on Formazing's broadside for a while. He's struggling to get these shells to drop far enough. Moskva's rail guns are just not dropping shells in over the cover.
Yeah, he's also at a bit of a decent enough angle to make it work. Whiskey Leak's even popping a smoke now so that he can shoot Formazing. You can see just how much VRTUS is trying to get this kill.
Well, Formazing now has his Hydro back up. Coop's still stuck in that spot and is now under triple, well, what will soon be double Marceau and Ragnar shenanigans.
Yep. I'm surprised he's stuck around there for so long, just sitting there in the Hydro and the radar.
He's finally going to pull out. He's going to burn the smoke as he escapes the Hydro. That's going to allow him to break detection. Formazing's going to be gone here in a moment. That'll be a big kill for VRTUS if they can pick it up. And
there it is. Yep, so Coop's Inky is going to allow him to get away safely for a little bit. More importantly, I think it'll keep him from being farmed until he gets to his next heal.
Black Ribbon Sabir beached himself pulling out of this spot. The smoke buying him a short reprieve. But that's it. Oh my gosh, Sad, look at A, the daring. Cobra taking his life into his hands here, touching the decap. I'm not sure I would have made this play. That seems ballsy when your team has just moved out to a 20-point lead. Why would you do this?
You do it because you want to ensure that Rain can't rotate these forces. He is paying a very heavy penalty.
That's my point. I think the timing is bad here. I like the play. If it looks like they're pulling out ships, yes, but not. You've literally just taken the lead. You had a 10-point lead, and now you might be giving it right back to them because you're out of heals.
Yep, Cobra is out of heals and out of health.
Oh,
116.
116 HP, a single shell. They're going to get it. Ugh. That feels like an unforced error to me, Zath. Didn't have to die. Didn't even need to step on the cap. His team had just moved out to the lead, and now they're on the B cap. Cowboy doing good work over here.
I like the idea of trying to keep these forces there. The problem is that against Rain, they're not going to let you get away with that.
No. And I'll be honest, they rotated the destroyer over there out. They knew all they had to do was hold the cap, and so that's what they've done.
Now, Black Ribbon out of heals. Hoops using his last heal right now. But look at Gateau and Gangbang's Marceaus. They know this is the decisive moment. With VRTUS on a 1-minute win, they have to step into B cap, and they do.
They got to get on the cap. They do. It's a 40-point lead here for Rain. VRTUS technically 90 seconds on the timer, still ticking up 2 caps to Reigns 1 at the moment. They can spot Gang. I'm not sure how they're spotting Gang. I think he was lit on the surface.
Gang isn't the problem, it's Gateau. Gateau is very healthy.
Oh, excuse me. Get his Gateau. My apologies.
In his Marceau, and he's capping, yeah, exactly. Now with an RX-7 needs to either hit his shots or something, get some resets, but it doesn't look like they're going to get that.
The decisive plays are going to come down here to the B cap, guys. It's
42 seconds now for a Rain victory.
Rain knows if they can kill the Sabir, they're going to win this game. When the Sabir dies, the game will tick over, and that'll be it. Black Ribbon's got to find himself some cover. He needs to try to live long enough for his teammates to bag a kill.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen. 2,700 HP. He's trying to get some shells down range on Malamu, see if they can pick up that kill before he dies.
Some decent hits, not enough.
Malamu under threat now that they get the Sabir, and that's it. There it was. Another 30 seconds, they might have gotten Malamu, but it was time they didn't have. I feel like that was a winnable game for VRTUS, Seth. I think they let it get away from them. It was
a very winnable game. They kited too far away from the B cap when they needed to stay, is really what did it. And for some odd reason, they sent their Sabir down in front of everything else instead of, okay, Napoli goes, right? That was Coops Napoli making the play there. And the biggest problem, though, is allowing Gateau to just go in there, walk right in, grab the cap. Hey, fantastic victory, a 3-0 sweep by Rain. Wow.
Rain looking good here. I mean, yeah, not much else to say. Ladies and gentlemen, we're game in here. Of course, we missed game 1 to bring you the conclusion of the previous match. ARIS, as we were noting before the game, is the Asia number 4 seed. TIVAT, the China number 1 seed, as we look at them here in game 2 of this best of 5. Zath, ARIS is in green in the north. What are they bringing?
Yeah, they have Smolin, the first time seeing that today. Delny, there's your favorite iced tea, remember him from before.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Marseille. Mosfa, unique upgrade, another Marseille. Another Marseille.
Wow. 3
Marseilles, Raptor. Woof.
Hon.
Intensifies, except one of them's not bringing a special captain. We got RBQ Yamato's Napoli with secondary plus primaries. We got Prey Q's Ohio and BYF's Sabir, once again with the Sabir Raptor. We'll have to see how that plays out. Nothing too special with their builds. Yeah. Okay.
Prey Q going for secondary range, but not manual secondary is an interesting choice there.
It's in Ohio, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. TIVAT opting for a double destroyer lineup of their own on a map this big. I'm curious to see 5 caps, only 2 destroyers on each team. That's going to play this match very differently than some of the looks of North that we've seen up to this point.
I think we're going to see a lot of aggression here.
Yep. Our first look, at least you and I, our first look at TIVAT this tournament, fielding a Marceau Polo King. Polo King. There it is. I got it. Aha. Headed over here towards the east, backed up by a bunch of Marseilles of his own. That's Dr. News Marseille, Gun Reload top grade gunner, and Call CB, Gun Reload, but RPF on his Marseille. That's an interesting choice. Forever's Kremlin behind them. Much more of a survivability build, but also packing the AP skill. 3 ships kind of hanging mid. Savinkov's Stalingrad. Haven't seen that one very much lately, but there she is. 830's Sabir. There's another full secondary Sabir build. James Wu's Ragnar headed towards the bottom end of C. And over here making revolutions towards the the B cap. That would be Dasuki's Svea and Yang Yang's San Martin.
Interesting to see 2 different kiting cruisers going to the same spot. I guess they want to kite one area, but like better than just sending the one.
Early info radar here from Lala's Moskva, answered by one from Savinkov's Stalingrad.
Oh yeah.
So you choose Smoland, James's Ragnar, both lit. 830's Sabir, very clearly visible, as is Prey Q's Ohio. They caught a glimpse of the Delny on the surface. The Marceau had him lit there, but the Marseille shells from Dr. New going in on one of the opposing Marseilles.
Yep. So TIVAT going for a more cautious approach to the ECAP, taking the Marseilles and putting them in a kiting position, and they are going to reverse into the ECAP and try to nail whatever they can. Hiding away being a stronger position in this game simply because you have the control, the ability to run away if you need to.
You control the range of the engagement and possibly the opportunity to disappear. If you can hold the range open enough, you can simply stop shooting and decide, you know what? I don't want to get shot at right now, so let's just not.
Speaking of getting shot at, Forever QT taking some hits there early, showing broadside to Ohio, Moskva, and now Sibir.
Yep. A little bit of punishment, nothing catastrophic, but definitely noteworthy 16K early here. An answering Sibir salvo going in on BYF.
And it used up a DCP as well. Forever used up one of his 5 DCP charges. That could come back to haunt him later.
Very well might. It's ARIS who finally picks up the first cap of the game here, nearly 4 minutes in, and it's the A cap. Remember, guys, these ships now spawn along the 7-8 line, so he had to jet all the way over here, but that is our first cap of the game. Ying Ying's going to answer him with the San Martin to the south, so it's a 9-point lead early here for ARIS. Barely any time gone as James Wu's Ragnar steps into the bottom end of C.
It's a nice position, but I don't think he's going to be able to come away with this cap. You choose small and is going to take care of that.
I don't think so either. He was lit on the surface. That alerted him to go ahead and pop his radar. And now he's drawing Napoli fire as well as Ohio secondaries. You're right. I don't think he can stay there. There are torpedoes coming in on his original position where the Smollin had him lit. He is in dire trouble if he stays there right now, Zaf.
Yeah,
he can see him coming. He's gonna
he's gonna run away. With his engines broken and in the situation he's in, he's just Wing out, which is the safe way to go. But look at TIVAT Sibir.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you were saying I think we're gonna see some aggression. Hey, I think you're right.
Look, aggression.
Lala's Moskva puts up an info radar, again mirrored by Savinkov's Stalingrad to the south. So they clearly can see the Sibir in the channel here along the 6th line between the C and the D cap.
Yeah, meanwhile, both teams still vying for something at the E cap, but it looks like they've kind of both decided, yeah, we'll do something there. We'll put ships over there, but you shoot over there instead.
Feels a little bit like both teams have called an audible and pulled resources away.
Exactly.
To come back for this, I guess, anticipated rumble in the middle of the board. PNY Ohio reorienting to put his bow towards 830 here.
I don't like Savinkov's Stalingrad maneuvering here. He's trying. I think they wanted to put him up either up the channel or pointing back in the sea, but he's giving Shikishima Mother Marseille broadside. You can't do that, so he's kind of forced to go back to where he was.
He's definitely eaten a lot of early AP damage here. About to get to one of his heals.
Oof.
Ooh.
Ohio with a nice
hits.
Citadel.
Yep. Good sit on the Sibir here as he's trying to reverse, I should say, excuse me, into this little gap back along the C cap.
Kind of funny, you know, it's almost like he's going to Homer Simpson into the C cap.
Literally, that's exactly what he's doing. He's doing the Homer mod, the Homer Simpson meme here of trying to fade back in. They've got him lit on Lala's Moskva Hydro here. As the Napoli AP coming in from RBQ takes a chunk. 7 minutes gone and only one cap for each team. Still anybody's game here. Both teams trading health fairly evenly, but ARIS with a slight advantage, I'd say. It does feel like TIVAT's battleships are not trading their health very well, Zach.
Well, and on also the Stalingrad, frankly, yeah. ARIS is doing a much better job of getting damage and meaningful damage.
Solid hit on BYF Sibir there, sitting broadside in front of Forever's Kremlin. Surprised to see that, but he does take a little bit of punishment.
Yeah, there's another DCP from Forever QT's Kremlin. There's only one DCP left.
Savinkov's Stalingrad railguns making a big impact there, putting at least 17,000 into Kara Akatsuki's Marseille, way over on the 10 line. He has great shots through that gap. Akatsuki now dark.
And spotted again.
Napoli secondaries keeping 830's Sabir from capping here as he puts a salvo down range on BYF Sabir and gets a Citadel. But Forever's Kremlin is going to go here. Bam.
Yep. Well, at least he got through all of his DCPs.
They're burning Savinkov's Stalingrad out now as he finally steps onto the decap. He's been camped here most of the game with very little to show for it other than, well, damage. Nothing in terms of board control.
Yeah, Akatsuki manages to get away with his hit points. And that should be another heal. There it goes.
ARIS pulls one of their Marseilles completely off the E line. Excuse me, off the E cap, excuse me. They've got him lit again, but I don't think they have anybody with shots on him at this point.
Well, right now I think TIVAT's focusing more on Shikishima.
It does seem to be the play here. They're trying to focus out 830 Sabir in the C cap here, and they've pulled Dasuki's Svea over. I don't think 830 can sit here forever.
No, he definitely can't.
He's tasting the small and rainbow.
Yep.
They do finally back Savinkov.
Yep.
Akatsuki gets his revenge.
And unfortunately, Call is unable to move farther forward. So he's trying to take out Karakatsuki's Marseille. Will he do it? I don't think so. Gonna be close.
TIVAT finally breaks the cap stalemate by grabbing C, but at the cost of 2 ships. Akatsuki burning now, 2,300 HP. His DCP still 10 seconds away. Is he going to make it that far? I don't think he is. No, they're going to burn him out right here.
Huge kill for TIVAT.
Big kill for TIVAT. They desperately needed those points. That tightens the game up to about 90 or so. Frees them up to possibly bag the E cap here. But they got to stop losing ships, Zaf.
Yeah, and I think they're setting up Polo King to go and YOLO Shikishima's Marseille. Problem is, Cal's not in a position to support that right now.
Well, and Shikishima's leaving.
Well, yeah,
so
I mean,
if you're gonna make this play, you better make it now. They aren't. Polo's gonna take a whole bunch of pain for this.
Yep.
He's got to get back to cover. He is going to make it, it looks like, without catastrophic damage. Really well played by Polo.
Right. However, right now is probably the best opportunity if he's gonna make a play for Shiki. It's either now or never.
I agree.
Cal's gonna take a torpedo. That feels bad.
Yep. One of midships as they're trying to burn out Lala's Moskva over here.
It's a good decision. I like it.
Only 8.5 minutes to play. Go ahead.
Only 15 seconds remain on 830 Sabir. 15 seconds of heal.
He's done a brilliant job sitting in this gap. I feel like you got to get him out of here, guys. Like, they're going to farm him out eventually. Move him.
Yeah. Got to find a way to extract.
The lead now down to 30 points for ARIS. It's still, I mean, TIVAT's still grossly upside down on HP. His Call is getting absolutely hammered on the 10 line.
He really
down
is.
To only 4,000 HP. Oh, they've moved BYF Sabir over. I just caught that.
Yes. Exactly. There goes Lala.
They do finally get the Moskva. Polo trying to finish off Shikishima's Marseille here. Trying to get a bow fire.
Shikishima manages to get the heal.
Polo's going to have to sell a lot more of his hull if he wants to get these shots. He swaps to the AP there briefly. Call makes it to a heal.
Ooh, ARIS' Marseille dies on the other side. Let's go.
ARIS losing another ship. That's a big kill for TIVAT, and now they have a 200-point lead.
Ooh, I like Polo King's use of the torpedoes there from the Marceau. BYF might not be thinking about it.
Yep, he's already turning though. Yeah, those aren't going to land. He's already turning.
Nope.
I feel like Polo has to YOLO, Zath.
Polo absolutely needs to YOLO.
Needs to take those. No, don't do that. Don't sit there.
Don't stop.
He needs to take his portside torps and get Shikishima off the board. He's 100% dead. Take somebody with you.
Well, he might actually manage to get Shikishima, though, because Shiki's turning his side.
But the next time Shiki fires, he's dead. Oh, yeah, see?
Yep. It's a trade.
Well,
it's a trade.
At least he got the trade. That's kind of what they needed, as they do finally bag 830 here along the 6 line and move into the C cap, does ARIS.
Polo King, I think, had a chance, though, if he just hit W and then turned his ship to use his left side, port side torps. He could have gotten the drive-by. I
agree. Well, for the moment, it's about a 50-point lead for TIVAT, but they are upside down 100,000 HP and really struggling on board position and board control here. Yeah. Both their battleships are gone, a claim that ARIS cannot make. Something they don't have to worry about.
Well, Prey Q's Ohio is saying, hey, remember me? Hi, James.
How do you plan on stopping me now with your total lack of torpedoes, Captain Ragnar? Oh, right. You don't.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Easy, important kill for ARIS right there.
It's a 2-ship lead now. Yang Yang's San Martin in a mano-a-mano duel with RBQ's Napoli over here along the edge of the map. Doing a brilliant job of keeping RBQ's turrets knocked out on occasion.
Yeah, and he's also staying directly in front of RBQ's Napoli, so he can't even get secondaries on him.
He's gonna win this duel too. He's gonna land a torpedo.
Torpedo, look at that.
That's a big kill. That's gonna allow him to turn around and grab the A cap. I mean, it feels a little Pyrrhic. I don't think it's gonna matter.
No.
I mean, when Daisuke Svea is the healthiest thing you have left on the board, that's not a great feeling.
All the way on the border.
Yeah, he might for a ship that came. It was at one point was over on the 4 line. He's now on the 10 line.
He might be able to come away with farming out BYF Sabir because he's out of heals.
BYF's out of heals, but he's got a long way to go. The health gap narrows to about 40,000 HP. ARIS is going to grab the D cap. That's really going to put their foot on the gas pedal in terms of how quickly they're going to rack up points in this game.
Yep, 2 minutes to an ARIS victory until the San Martin goes in the A cap, and that will slow things down a little bit.
That'll slow things down. YYUT Smalland is going to grab B, though.
Of course, he's going to walk right in.
So having more ships and more board position.
Brilliant torpedo hit. That's exactly what TIVAT needs.
They desperately need a fire now.
I don't like Dr. New, though.
Shells. They're going to get it.
He turns around, goes into the cap, but he could have gone farther forward and gotten a good shot on BYF's broadside.
He doesn't need it, though.
Nope.
Very, very tight game, ladies and gentlemen. TIVAT on a 70-point lead, capping E, capping A, losing control of B. So in a moment, they will have a hard time retaining all of this. Does Svea have any radars left? He does have 3 radars left.
He hasn't needed to use them.
PreyQ's Ohio.
He's getting behind the island here. I love that.
I do too. PreyQ's Ohio now the single biggest piece on the board, right? Like in terms of health, power, presence, everything. Yang Yang San Martin gonna run due south and maybe try to run down this small one. 3 minutes left on the game timer. That might actually be relevant.
Yeah. All right, so Dr. New's going to grab the E cap. It's an important cap for TIVAT, but it's not enough.
Nope, TIVAT has got their fingers in the dike here. 30-point lead and shrinking. 100 seconds on the game clock here for ARIS. They will win in that amount of time.
Yeah, Daisuke needs to, he needs to be going not there. Getting the D or something.
YYUT now spotted on the surface, knows the Smalland is nearby. Does have plenty of radar. Not using one right now.
He's just going to stay outside of radar range.
I mean, that's the smart play, but that also means that...
Look at the points.
What are you going to do? Yeah, you need those points because Yang Yang San Martin's just going to step right onto the cap. And the Ohio is needed elsewhere.
He gets it. He got into the cap just in enough time.
He does. Tie game, Zath. Look at this.
Oh my God.
Both teams basically within a few seconds of ticking up points on each other. Watch the timer tick back and forth.
Yeah, but I really feel like TIVAT is in the driver's seat here with the score. It really depends on which one's going to tick up first, but you don't want to take that risk.
I feel like ARIS is in the driver's seat because PNY Ohio is out for blood.
Yeah, but PNY Ohio is also spotted, so as long as the Marseille can play ring around the island, he's safe. I think the bigger question is Yang Yang. Is Yang Yang going to be able to kill the Smallland? He turned away. I don't like that decision.
No, I don't like it either. In my book, I would have absolutely intentionally gone after this guy, close the range, force him to do something.
Let's take a look on the other side at the Ohio play. Zvea trying to make something happen now. Dr. New pulling forward. Why are you pulling forward? No, don't do this. He's trying to make a hero play when one may not be needed. And more importantly, that can get him killed.
I think all he needs to do is live, although admittedly right now, because the ECAP is contested, ARIS has moved out to the lead.
Yes, yes.
That's the problem.
That's
They're
the problem.
taking up more points. The game ends in 8 seconds with an ARIS victory.
Yep. Another reason why
they can't stop it now.
Another reason why Yang Yang needed to keep going and go for the kill.
Yes. Yep. He needed to bag one of those destroyer kills, and he doesn't get it. And ARIS wins the game by 16 points.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen a game that tight in a long time.
No. And looking at the scoreboard, ticking both ways, not knowing exactly where it's going to go. To me, that's what makes casting fun.
All right. Game 3, take 2. See, my bars are correct. So this is a quirk of your early. You probably have that quirk left over from weekend 1 of doing the event. So, but mine are good.
It's possible.
They fixed it somewhere along the way.
Yeah, I don't know. I downloaded the new pack, and who knows?
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, Zath. Real quickly, let's do this lineup walk again.
All right. So ARIS with PNY's Bungo and BYF's Sibir secondary build, as you would expect for both of these. We've got RBQ Yamato in a Prince Van Oranje, Lala in a unique upgrade Moskva, Karakatsuki in a Zvea, and Shikishima in a Napoli. As for destroyers, we've got Sora in a unique upgrade Grozovoy, Ice-T in a Marceau without a unique captain, and iCUE in a Ragnar with Jersey Mike. Now, I mentioned without a unique captain because for Marceau, you can choose 2 options. You could choose an Honoré with the buffed Adrenaline Rush, or you could choose Abanyu with the buffed Survivability Expert. It just feels bad that you wouldn't take a buffed skill because you got him anyways. All right, tell us about red.
In the red, opposing them from the south, this is TIVAT playing for their tournament lives. They need this win to stay alive in the event. Forever fielding a Libertad, full secondary build as you would expect for such a boat. 830's Bungo, a little bit of AEP skill. It's a triple cruiser lineup here for TIVAT. They have gone for Minotaur, Yang Yang. That is probably a Manitar. Yes, it is. Savinkov in a Moskva, ditching the Stalingrad this time, going unique upgrade and top grade gunner. And fronted by Calls Marseille, basically the same build we saw him running last game. 4 destroyer lineup here for TIVAT. They're looking at James Wu's Ragnar, already caught on Svea radar here on the south side of B. Same for Dr. New's Z42, taking big hits from the Svea early. And the other Ragnar, that's Polo King, working the gap over here in the islands along the 8 line. Their last destroyer, Dasuki's Yu Yang, headed over here to the ACAP. Zath, I really like this play. I feel like it's a smoke Yang.
It's a smoke Yang, that's correct.
Bringing the deep water torpedoes to where you know the battleships will be. I like that idea.
It's a neat idea. I also like our Ice-T's Marceau going straight through the middle channel here. I think ARIS is going to end up getting ACAP pretty solidly here.
We've seen other teams make this play with just shoving a destroyer through Thor's twins here along the 3 line.
tell you what,
We're about to have-
Savinkov
go ahead.
coughed up a lot of hit points early. Who nailed him? Bungo. Bungo and Svea.
Probably the Bungo. Yeah, it must have been the Bungo. And we're about to have a little bit of hot Marceau on Yu Yang action. Dasuki comes around the island and doesn't expect to find the Marceau in his face. Gonna blow smoke and try to preserve his HP.
Bungo getting another big hit there on that Moskva. I just don't see him surviving too long. But Dasuki, yeah, yeesh.
So just like previous games, ARIS not trading very well early here. Stepping onto D and B, but the early lead already to ARIS, having grabbed A and C.
Mm-hmm.
So TIVAT still working on trying to get back to parity here. Savinkov's Moskva about to drive into Svea radar. No, he's going to pull up short. Okay. You know PreQ was looking for that shot. He's just salivating.
Absolutely. But, you know, when you're in voice chat, you're radar, you call it out. I'm radar. So Savinkov says, okay, I can't be within, you know, whatever the radar distance is.
830 takes a shot downrange at RBQ's PVO, but comes up short. Nothing doing.
Yeah, I don't see much other action other than at the B cap right now. Of course, the other thing, if you notice the cap layout, it's also the sizes of the caps that Wargaming changed on this map too.
Absolutely. Big changes here for tournament play on Northern Waters. The Z42's Hydro ends up driving the Svea out of position. He
I
now
like that.
sits in the B cap. Yep, I like this play a lot. Dr. New going to be able to finally pick up this B cap, but not before ARIS builds 110. It'll probably end up being about a 120-point lead here by the time TIVAT finally ends up grabbing this B cap.
Yep, and that will absolutely force TIVAT to make a play someplace, right? They have to find a way to get a kill, step on a cap, flip it, etc.
Yep.
And it ain't going to be A.
Yep, no. So there it is. It is about a 120-point lead here for ARIS. 8.5 minutes. The game will end in their favor. So between now and then, TIVAT has to do something to change the status quo. Let's see what they decide to shoot for here. First thing they need to do is save Savinkov's Moskva. Good lord, this guy's getting pounded.
Yeah. I don't know that they can, frankly.
I'm not sure they can. He needs to turn and, like, he needs to be over here. I'm drawing on the screen on the other side of that island, right over there where Dr. New is. That's where he needs to be.
Yep.
But
so
right now he's lit. As soon as he tries to make that turn, the Bungo's just going to crush him.
yeah, I mean, Dr. New's got smoke available, so I'm sure that's the play. He's going to smoke him up and then allow for the turn. Savinkov turning a little bit earlier than he should be, in my opinion.
PVO just mercilessly farming this Moskva's HP. Savinkov does get to a heal. There's the smoke. Possibly a little late.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
But it will allow Savinkov to make this turn as they... Oh, Yang's Minotaur.
Ouch.
Oh, no. Disaster, ladies and gentlemen.
So Savinkov is now on a sticky fire. His heal is out. He'll get to safety.
They're going to catch a brief glimpse of him in this gap.
Yep.
That fire... Okay, the fire burns out on its own.
It'll burn out. It's just, like you said, you know, they know his hit point situation now, and they know that he's on fire.
TIVAT basically trying to force this push up the 10 line, but they lose the Minotaur as... Oh, the Svea gets dunked.
Yeah.
I think the Marseille hit him, and then the Ragnar shells finished the deal. So a couple of big cruiser kills over here on the eastern flank, and the issue remains in doubt. But James is getting hammered. Napoli SAP just brutalizing him, and he's dead.
Flew a little too close to the sun. But I think the problem is that, you know, both Polo King and Call don't have torpedoes.
Yeah.
And that means that the Napoli
they can't prevent this. They can't even slow this push down.
Exactly. He can just walk wherever he wants to go. And what's Call gonna do about it? Nothing. What's Polokin gonna do about it? Nothing.
Oh no, Polo grounds himself.
Which is actually good considering torps are coming.
He's gonna get torpedoed.
Yes.
Yep. He's gonna get to. Oh no! Look at this. Shicky's gonna get one set of torps off.
Shikishima's gonna get the other set off.
And then the other set off. This is amazing. Shicky's gonna
too
actually.
Close.
I think he blew.
He's too close.
Yeah, he was too close for the second set.
Probably would have been better off just going for the ram, but hey, whatever.
Probably. I think I would have taken the trade there. I would have just ran. I would have torpedoed the destroyer and rammed the Marseille.
Totally. Here comes some AP on Shiki.
Nah.
Decent hit. Let's back off and take a look.
Call with a big hit on Yushi's Ragnar here. His gun reload not available. He's not going to be around very long, and sure enough, Prey Q punches him in the nose. TIVAT's done, Zath. Look at this.
Yep.
Three ships down.
Remember, this is single elimination. This is going to be a 3-0 victory for ARIS.
Yeah. Yep. ARIS is going to just handle these guys.
Well, at least we got to grab 2 of the games.
I'm glad we got to come have a look. Ooh, big hits on Lala's Moskva from the Bungo. So it was we weren't able to really kind of highlight it at the time, right? But but TIVAT with a big push up the 10 line, right? But ARIS had enough assets in the area. They just rotated some stuff over and hung. Oh wow.
Yep.
They do finally get Savinkov.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
And hung around in this area to the northwest of the sea cap and just received this push. And again, just kind of like, yeah, what are you going to do about it? You know, we killed some ships and held our cap.
And that's the important thing about getting that early cap advantage with the points is you put that timer on, and the onus is on your opponent to find a way back in the game. So that's an enviable position for you if you get that point gain. They got to push into you. You just set up to receive.
Yep. Well, and it's 100% one of the strengths of the, the French destroyer lines, these speedy destroyer lines, the Russians, the French, to some extent the Italians. On these maps that are so spread to hell and gone, they allow you to get to these caps quicker and possibly, depending on the map, just put a little bit of pressure on your opponent that might not have been there otherwise. All over but the crying. 90 seconds left in TIVAT's tournament life here. They're going to lose control of B in a moment. They've never been in control of A.
No.
They're trying to push the Libertad and the Yang up here, but it's
way too little too late.
Way too little too late.
The enemy is about to win.
And Bungo dying will do it.
I would say when the Bungo dies, that's basically seconds on the timer. There it is.
Actually, now we're down to 53. So we need another kill.
A and B are both contested. In a minute, when the B cap flips, that'll speed things up a bit. Dr. New looks like he's just checked out of the game. Like he's just like, yeah, I'm done, whatever. He's actually going to sit here and he's going to drive into these torpedoes to end the game.
Oh my God, he is.
You are about to die. Salute you, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
He's like, it's over anyway. Call the wipe.
Meanwhile, his teammates are on the other side, like, actually fighting. Like, what the hell, dude? We had a shot.
I mean, he knew those were coming. They were spotted on Hydro. He knew those were there. That was not a surprise.
Jeez.
Too
it's like
funny.
It's like he's going into the sea, everyone.
Well, woo, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you Game 5. Everybody loves a good Game 5 because this is the tournament life for both of these teams. Somebody's going to win and move on. Somebody's going to lose and go home unhappy here as we spawn into Hotspot. So let's have a look at these two teams real briefly. RESIN in green, starting here with Mad Dog's Shimakaze. Not quite a full torpedo build, interestingly enough. Not running the torpedo reload skill, but is using a unique upgrade. Frice in a very standard torpedo build, as Zath likes to say, a KOTS build gearing. Very stealthy. Eagle Lances in a Gdansk, a little bit of extra radar duration and gun reload. It's a 4-cruiser lineup here for RESIN. Hungary is Napoli, going for lots of secondary power. Triarch's Moskva, going for top grade gunner and unique upgrade. Big Six is Moskva, going for the identical build. And on the other side here, we have Legends Napoli, going for a very similar build to his compatriot, ditching outnumbered and going for top grade gunner. It's a double Bungo lineup, Zaf. This is Mabuki, going for the AP skill and gun reload. And Peyton the Rockhider here, ditching the AP skill, going for some extra repair power, but also going for the gun reload. Talk to me about YYUT, Zaf.
Yeah, I also like the idea of Brisk there in Bungo. It makes it go even faster, and it's a pretty stealthy boat as she is. So to the south, we've got YYUT. We've got Natsume in a Gdansk making his way towards the Sea Cap. Looks like he's going to try poking the bear and see what he can make out of it. It's an interesting decision there with Jerzy Swirsky. A bit of a range build with radiolocation. We got Sentinel's Aegis in a Summers with radiolocation and your typical torpedo build. Bucha is in a Des Moines unique upgrade Des Moines with top grade gunner. And I like seeing priority target. I'm a big fan. We got HMS Unicorn in a Napoli with top grade gunner and pretty much secondary stuff as well as primaries. And finally, One Last Kiss in a Bungo. A similar kind of build to what we were talking about to the north with the heavy AP skill. Basically giving up survivability for more damage and scooty. Going on the other side of the map, we've got YYUT already in the decap with a Kleber, that's Blanquilo, with your typical gun build. But interesting, he's got the unique upgrade, which debuffs his gun reload. So I guess he's going for, he's going for Fearless Brawler to kind of fix that a little bit.
Offset that. Yeah, I think so.
We got Bills in a Napoli with his secondary main gun build. Seth, It's About Time is in a Moskva unique upgrade, setting up in a position to use top grade gunner to kill whatever is over north of decap. And then finally, we've got Zex next in the Loria with a range module in slot 6. Raptor, look at that. Range module.
Interesting. Frice taking an early torpedo here on the top end of the Sea Cap. Less than ideal. I think it was a Gdansk torpedo.
Let's see, was it? It was indeed.
For the moment, the early YYUT push up the 10 line, developing nicely for them, puts them out, I want to say out to an early lead. About, 15, 20 points here.
Mm-hmm. Usually on this map, the north spawn gets into the Sea Cap a little bit easier. So it makes sense that RESIN was able to grab that.
Yep. Hungary is Napoli now starting to take fire. Mabuki's Bungo backing him up, putting shells out on Seth's Moskva, but I don't think those are going to land. Seth pulled the brakes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I lied. Mm-hmm. I lied mightily. And Seth gets dunked again. Both Bungos.
Yeah.
Both Bungos citadeling the Moskva early and Seth getting chunked early on.
Yeah, Bungo is all about using that spotter plane to help with not only range and vision over islands, but also accuracy. Seth manages to back off there.
Early aggressive push up the 10 line demands a response. Mabuki's Bungo and already in a position to kind of help slow things down a little bit, but they're bringing Frice's gearing back this way as well.
Mm-hmm. I like that. What happened to Mabuki?
He got dunked by the Loria, I think. Remember, we've seen this before.
Yeah.
The Loria's big sap shells do horrible things to Bungo.
Let's see. Mabuki was a 27k salvo from the Loria. Yeah.
Well, Mabuki just got some of his own back there, dunking the Loria for 20k.
Yep, that's true. Sap does not care about your angle, and I mean, Bungo is what, 32 millimeter all around, so lots to chew in.
Should be just about. Now, even with the unique upgrade on Blanquilo's Kleber, right? Frice outspots him by over half a kilometer.
Oh, here comes some bungo salvos on Bill's Napoli. Gonna follow this in.
Bill's writing the map order.
Wow.
Not really taking much there. Gonna smoke up now.
Yep.
Tie, literally a tie game. Actually, YYUT has a very, very slight lead in terms of seconds.
Right, because of that earlier cap. But look at Bukia. Look at Bukia at B cap.
Bukia getting hammered here. Now under the Napoli secondaries.
And oof. Something
Big
else.
Six
That was
has been
Moskva.
APing him for the, yeah, that was Big Six's Moskva shells coming in the middle of the board. This is very similar to what we saw happening. Oh, he gets him.
Huge kill for RESIN.
We were about to, I was about to mention, like, we watched the earlier game with, who was our first match of the day? It was VRTUS. VRTUS had a Moskva in that position. They were they were struggling to get the Moskva shells to drop in here, but Big Six able to do it. Big early kill for RESIN here in game 5.
Yeah, that's going to give them the point advantage, but it's also going to give them a lot of flexibility because that Des Moines is a huge, huge piece.
Yeah, that leaves the only radar over here. Now, of course, RESIN doesn't know this, but for YYUT, their only surviving radar on this flank is the Gdansk, and that's a very short duration radar.
I mean, at this point, RESIN does know it because the only other radar is Moskva, and Seth's been spotted over there, so they know it.
They know that's probably what they're up against lurking in the area then.
Right. Reminder, y'all, we see everything. Obviously, the teams do not.
The teams do not. So RESIN now, in 5 minutes, will win this game. Just all they have to do is preserve their ships and hold the caps they have. That early kill means YYUT is going to have to find a way to break into one of these caps or bag a kill of their own.
I like RESIN's radar there. Big Six popping up a radar, catching Zex's Loria out. Here comes a Bungo Salvo.
Nothing.
Well, come on, Bungo.
Literally a complete whiff.
I know, it's like...
It's the old meme, you poke it with a stick. Do something!
That's what I hate about playing Battleship. You have the most beautiful salvo. You're so excited. You're like, this is going to be big numbers. And then like,
and then... Big money, no whammies. Big money, oh, stop on a whammy.
Stop on like 5 whammies and you blow up.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a reason I don't play a lot of Battleship.
Yeah, same.
He does get a good salvo there, though. About 14K out of that chunk.
I'm watching Unicorn possibly take a torpedo. No, he doesn't. Good dodge.
Summer's smoke providing some cover for Unicorn to move up here. Those two are going to have to hold this flank closed. They don't want RESIN to get any fancy ideas about pushing down the 1-2 line. As they're rotating Natsumi's Gdansk across the middle of the board, they're repositioning some assets off of the 9-10 line, the Loria and the Moskva, coming back to mid. 4 minutes on the timer here. RESIN on track for a win in game 5 unless YYUT does something.
Yeah, they're swinging to the middle of the map. Both sides are. And you kind of mentioned that before when you grab the flanks and then you can swing into the middle, but I kind of feel like they can't really afford to do this, but we'll see.
Well, RESIN's retained that Moskva. Big Six has been in position all game. Eagle Lance's Gdansk lurking near the top of the sea cap, and they're bringing Triarch's Moskva back over here as well. So they're going to have multiple radars. I think RESIN has sensed correctly that if they can retain control of C, that they're going to be in great shape. Now, the Loria has taken a surprising turn, Zaf.
Yeah, he's going to try to get behind Big Six. I want to point your attention to Mad Dog at A, though. Look at him in a Shimakaze backing into the B cap. I love this play because that puts even more pressure on the group. As Peyton takes a torpedo, that looks like a Napoli torpedo. Of course, that provides spotting as well, which is very important for its teammates.
Yep.
Mad Dog just got spotted.
The Loria move now spotted as well. Big Six understands very well the position he's in. Loria locked up on Hydro. 2.5 minutes to a RESIN victory here. But YYUT not idle, making plays in several places. They have to be cautious, though. If RESIN's able to punish the aggression and bag some kills, then things can go south.
Yep. Mad Dog is backing off of the B cap. I wouldn't be surprised to see him back into it again in a little bit. He's got to stay frosty, though, with Napoli torpedoes, Summers torpedoes. You can see all the torpedoes coming to where he was. They're going to go fishing.
Eagle Lance now opening up with his guns on Zex's Loria here.
He might as well.
The Loria is kind of stationary right now, and his turrets are looking the other way. They're trying to focus out Mabuki, it feels like.
Yes. Mabuki is the key, because Mabuki can smack him with the AP. Of course, Fryce's gearing is also an important board piece at this point to stop the Loria from moving.
And we're about to see, I think, some smoke from Fryce. Yep, there it comes. They're going to cover Mabuki here as he retreats to the north. 90 seconds now on this timer as Mad Dog continues to fly close to the sun, stepping into this B cap.
Great play by Fryce here. Got to keep that board piece on.
Fryce buying time for his teammates, knowing that they need to keep these points on the board. Mabuki's next heal a little over 30 seconds away. 60 seconds now to a RESIN victory. YYUT has not been able to make inroads. They've known that this was coming for a long time.
Zex takes a gearing torpedo.
2. Oh, just the 1 gearing
Just
torpedo.
Just the one. Mad Dog was back into B cap. He's still being a pain over there. I love it.
I love the aggression. I love the play. I love forcing them to make bad decisions as they've got Zex lit on fire again. 30 seconds.
I think we're going to see RESIN moving forward.
I think Zex is going to go out, and that's the game.
That's game right there.
It is.
Taken down by Mabuki's Bungo, the thing he was trying to kill so much for so long.
Yep. RESIN.
Wow.
Looking good here in game 3, able to come up with a flawless victory. The early pick on the Des Moines and grabbing the Loria late. And that's all she wrote.
Man, I'm excited for the next series.
Yeah, anyway.
The things that we have to do that you guys don't even know about.
Oh, I know. There's always a lot of setup work that goes into this stuff. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 5, Take 2. TSYMQ versus ORTUS. We got a quick pickup Game 5 for you. Zach's going to talk you through the TSYMQ lineup here in green.
Yeah, so we've got Yawen in a 420 Blaze It Harugumo. We got Panda in a unique upgrade Kleber. Labubu in a Gdansk without Jersey Mike and without Adrenaline Rush. That's kind of an interesting decision there. Opting for
Adrenaline Rush is odd.
Bit of a range. Yeah, well, especially because you put Jersey Mike on there for the buffed Adrenaline Rush. It just seems like a no-brainer. But they need to find a way for the range and the concealment and the radio location, so that's probably why. We got Carlotta in San Martin with the unique captain. We've got Moskva with the unique upgrade, that's Renown. Wenru in the Utrecht. We were talking about Utrecht before. One of the other things that my chat brought in, Raptor, is that the Dutch airstrike range is greater with the Utrecht compared to the Hounlu.
Okay.
With the unique captain, we've got Yekwi with the Moskva unique upgrade and top grade gunner. We've got Naomi in a Willem de Rest. That's going to be fun with also the Dutch airstrike. And then Nuoli in a Bungo. Pretty much kind of a standardish Bungo build for at this point. Willem de Rest, I want to mention too, has the 3rd point anti-air skill, which I believe is the one where his consumables come back if anti-air is firing.
I believe that is correct. I'm a little surprised to see him take that one and not the one that reduces the airstrike cooldown.
Right.
Oh,
well,
all right. Well, it's a 4 destroyer lineup here for ORTUS in red. We're looking at Kim's Grozovoy, unique upgrade, and RPF, making revolutions towards B. World Spawn's Ragnar here in mid with reload and gun range, backed up by Boomdaka's Delny. He's gone Fearless Brawler along with his RPF and a gun reload. Close aboard, Sophie's San Martin, that's outnumbered RPF, and of course San Martin bringing the 9-kilometer radar to the dance. Bungo, this is Duke's. Duke's Bungo taking a very aggressive line here north of the island in H6. Want to make sure he's got his guns available in mid. Interestingly enough, TSYMQ's Kleber is the one that dives C and bags that quickly. As we look at the other flank, the other French destroyer in the match, that's Lazarus's Marceau has bagged D, just seconds behind the Kleber on the opposing team. He's still here at D. Dead D72 Svea headed for this nice little island gap along the extreme edge of the map. We saw that working for some teams earlier today. Rybix Moskva, kind of a little close aboard here, also lurking near the decap. All of that backed up by Terry's Bungo here, south of the island chain where the Sea Cap normally resides in traditional play.
Interestingly enough, it feels like ORTUS is still going to try to find a way into the Sea Cap. They're kind of taking their time to get to B.
Well, I think the Ragnar, I mean, Ragnar is a really good threat to a lot of different destroyers. I won't be surprised to see if World Spawn eventually kind of lurk here, let the game develop, and then maybe reverse back into the cap just to kind of keep them honest. But let's see.
The key is the Moskva positioning, right?
Right.
Like throwing that Moskva up there really screws with ORTUS's ability to grab this cap. And you got Labubu's Gdansk there too.
It's the same Moskva position that we've seen several teams take on this map up to this point today. And I think we're going to continue to see it because it's very strong from that side. Well, we're going to have a pretty even game in a moment. ORTUS is going to beat TSYMQ to the cap here. That's going to allow them to tick up a very small lead in points, probably 3-ish points. Yep, there it is.
Yep.
They have literally like a split-second lead on the timer.
We totally didn't see that matter before.
Yeah, I know, right? And so now it's a question of how this all begins to shake out as the Bungo.
Yep, caught
Duke
that.
Just dunks Renown right through the bow, right through the deck.
Very
showing
nice looking
exactly
salvo.
Exactly why teams love this ship. It allows them to punish these stationary cruisers. World Spawn's Ragnar now deciding, you know what? Let's just pile on here, baby.
I mean, sure. Gassando's got a great position. He's got great hits coming into the Moskva again.
Yep.
And yep,
taking a salvo from the ears to them, the ears to way up here on the 3 line, but not really that big a hit. Maybe a full pen out of it. They bring the Gdansk back to smoke the Moskva, get some pressure off early. I like this play, Zaf. But it does, it sort of frees the cap up a little bit. That pressure allows maybe ORTUS to step on to see if they want to. They look like they're going to decline, however.
Yeah, so ORTUS does still have 2 radars that cover, well, it has one that covers all of C, the other one mostly covers Iqui's a little bit farther out. But look at the border. Oh. All the Dutch ovens coming in on Kimmison.
Well, Panda's in trouble.
Panda's in trouble as well.
Big shells going in on him.
He dodges them.
Lots of shells going down on everybody. Well, they're using the map border to their advantage here. Boomdaka's Delny going to take a little bit of punishment here as well. Panda finally goes dark.
Yeah.
Boomdaka going to duck into the smoke. That's going to allow him a little bit of a breather here. But boy, he gave up a lot of HP here trying to pick up this kill on Panda.
Well, he did. Absolutely. Both of ORTUS's destroyers coming away pretty mauled.
Well, but they accomplished something notable in return, Zath. Panda's not dead, but he's effectively out of the game. He can't really risk getting spotted again or he will be dead.
Absolutely. The one thing that he's got going for him is that he's taken the unique upgrade, so he's stealthier.
Boom is in real trouble, Zath.
I see it.
Check out
I
this
see
torpedo
it.
salvo.
I see it.
Oh no, disaster for ORTUS here on the map edge.
That's a huge torpedo hit.
That's a massive torpedo salvo from the Harugamo.
But wait, there's more. Look up to the north. Panagumo and Utrecht dodge. Yes and no. Wow.
First blood going to TSYMQ here. I won't call them luck chuck torpedoes because that's a lie. They knew there were targets down there worth shooting at. But definitely coming up big there with an early torpedo kill on Boomdaka's Delny.
Yeah, yeah. And that's going to force ORTUS to be a little bit more on the back foot. You can see World Spoon's been rotated back to the B cap now. Going to try to find some way in from there. And even Duke Gisando is moving his bungo.
Well, ORTUS is not idle. Like, check out the 10 line.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just the 9 to the D cap in general, right? Rybik is moving up. Terry's bungo is moving up. The Moskva radar susses out at least one of these plays. Rybik is spotted on the surface by the San Martin. Taking some AP punishment for his trouble.
Yep. Oh. Zvea just got, looks like he ate a torpedo. Rybik moving forward, showing broadside to Carlotta San Martin.
Yeah, I think he's basically just saying, like, you can have all the full pins you want, but your little pop guns can't citadel me, so I don't care.
Hmm.
Seeming like he's just going to heal through the full pin damage.
Okay, well, that might allow Carlotta to charge up the funny button. We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, watch Terry.
Yeah. Took a shot at Renown's Moskva there, but it came up empty. Both Terry and the Moskva. Rybik trying to dunk Renown's Moskva here in the middle of the board. Terry's sailing into a torpedo salvo that he's really not going to enjoy. Only going to take 2 of these.
TSYMQ doing a nice job of setting up for receiving this push.
They really are. Terry's going to need to take a breather. He's 65 seconds from his next heal. He's not going to live under the amount of damage he's taking right now. They can't trade this battleship for nothing, and it looks like that's what they're on the verge of doing, Zap.
The enemy is about to win.
I mean, they're going to draw the eye line away and pick up the C cap, but they're going to lose Terry here, surrender the points, and then going to allow Pandas and Bees, Zap. This is ballsy.
Well,
this is a huge risk for TSYMQ.
And he's about to find out why as World Spawn just goes right in with the radar, and this is a dead panda.
Yeah, World Spawn's 100% going to pick this up. They're going to lose Duke, too.
They got Duke.
What happened to the bungo? Did they farm him out? I missed it.
Let's take a look.
Wow.
56,000 damage from Utrecht alone. Yeah.
Yeah, so they just farmed out the bungo here. World Spawn moves up and slaps out Panda's Kleber, but now he has to survive the Moskva radar and all the shells coming at him from the 10 line. This is going to be tough. Moskva radar expiring. Can World Spawn hang on?
Nope.
He doesn't. So they have a cap advantage, but they're down 2 ships now. ORTUS trying to find a way to hang on for a victory. They win in 2.5 minutes, but they're under a tremendous amount of pressure right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, Naomi's Wilmduress is just gonna shove onto the B cap.
Yeah, I mean they have no battleships anymore. Both bungos are dead. I don't think they can stop this.
No.
If you shove one bungo into B, sorry, they're shoving the Willem into E. I think you shove Nuoli here into C, and I don't think it can be stopped.
No, Lazarus is trying to put his torpedoes in position, but I don't know why he opened up now with the guns.
I don't know why he'd either. I'm not sure why you would do that to say, hey, I'm over here. Look for the torpedoes from this direction.
Yeah, exactly. Now, it's one thing to do it when the bungo is capping, right? You wait till they're about halfway through the cap, and then you do it. You get the resets, and hey, look, torpedoes, but...
TSYMQ out to a 40-point lead for this exact moment. Both teams taking up a single cap. 8 minutes in the game, but shortly, TSYMQ is going to own B and C. I don't think ORTUS has a way to stop this, Seth. I think they're going to end up losing this game.
I don't see a way for ORTUS to stop it either. They just don't have the pieces anymore to make it work. Losing both those bungos was huge.
Yeah, losing both battleships within seconds of each other, just backbreaking, I think, here.
Yeah.
In a moment, the C cap will flip over, and there it goes. That's going to shorten the timer 60 seconds to a TSYMQ win here in Game 5.
Yeah, wow.
I liked the aggressive push from the Boongo through the islands here, Zath, but I mean, they weren't able to get anything out of it. It was obvious that they were making that move to try and punch out Renown's Moskva, but they weren't able to. Although they did finally get him, I guess.
Yeah.
But
they paid a very hefty cost for it.
Oof. Yeah, big time.
Well, and I think that's the problem with Battleship in general. We see time and again is you can't just shove one battleship and make it work. You have to have support.
All right. 20 seconds now. Can Rybic punch some Citadels into Nuoli's Bongo and push him off the board? He certainly is trying. He's going for full pins up near the bow. He's getting decent hits, but they're not the big ones he really needs to pull this off. 7 seconds. This is over.
That's it.
TSYMQ takes Game 5. They're moving on.
Yeah. And that's a EU team defeated.
Indeed. TSYMQ will be squaring off against, I had to bracket up. They're going to be looking at ARIS, who we saw earlier here.
Yep.
In their next round of play.
That's correct.